Hello, everybody. Welcome to Reason and Company. Tim Wildman, Walker Wildman here with you. Well, would you know or would you have guessed that the birth rate has been below 2%? The birth replacement rate has been below 2% since around the 1970s, and now it stands at about 1.5 to 1.6 birth rate. And of course, Dad, you need about 2% or above to replace your population. What do you think's led to this decline?
Of course, so you're talking about in the United States. Actually, in Europe and in some of the Asian countries, I'm thinking about Japan in particular, the replacement rate is even below 1. I mean, it's like I was reading a survey the other day saying if Japan does not change, in 100 years from now, there will be no Japanese people. Yeah. They'll be like extinct. Maybe not 100 years, but anyway, it's coming if you don't have. But replacement numbers, by the way, means you are having enough children to replace the people who pass away.
Correct.
And just to stay even, you need 2.1. Your population needs 2.1. Elon Musk has been warning about this.
Yeah, he has. But I think this is indicative as far as what led to this point. I think it's twofold. I think it's the decline in marriage, less people getting married.
Right.
And then when they do get married, they get married later, and then they have fewer children. That's what the data shows.
Right.
So really, our country has to get back to a place where we encourage and incentivize marriage at a younger age, and then, of course, having more children when you do get married.
Yeah. Back in my grandparents' era, starting in like the 20s to the 50s, they got married when they were 15, 16, 17 years old. And everybody had 4 or 5 children. It was not uncommon. That was not uncommon. That's probably pretty normal. Today's world, altogether different. I do think the financial pressures of the modern world is something people think about. You have birth control that you didn't have back in those days.
Right.
Abortion, sadly, is another thing that's inhibiting the birth numbers of babies. So there's a lot of factors here. But we need to stress marriage and family and having children, or we're not going to have an America in 100 to 200 years.
That's right. Genesis 1, be fruitful and multiply. All right, we'll see you next time.